I got a letter in the mail yesterday that told me that my housing stuff was like defunded and they can't help me with any of my bills anymore, including electric and gas. And if I were to move, they couldn't help me move anymore. So it's super cool as a single mom that literally can't work a ton because I have my son. So that's sick. And then my son's in early intervention, and yesterday they came and they told me they can't help me with gas cards anymore, which put gas in my car so that way I could take my son to appointments and play groups and literally like the grocery store. My phone shuts off tomorrow, my internet's off, I can't pay my electric, and then they just defunded all of that stuff, and now I don't get help with anything.
Thank you for making the case for us. Thank you for making the case. I'm going to play the rest of the video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to spin a block and I'm going to play the entire video. And I also like to give the credit for the content creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not, because it's just the right thing to do. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. That link is in the description. Also, ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. But we don't have to explain it anymore. I've learned that when we personally explain why the Trump administration and why Doge is basically going through these programs and saying, okay, enough of this, enough of this, enough of that, is because people don't listen to us. They don't listen when we explain it, even from a C student's perspective. Hey, man, it's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse. These people are being enabled, and instead of y'all actually helping them, you actually taking taxpayer dollars and you're giving it to people that don't deserve it. Oh, they don't mind tying themselves to the federal government because, you know, they know that they can just be single mothers and have children and, you know, no responsibility, no job, no motivation, no anything. And so instead of us explaining it to you that way, because I know that a lot of you liberals, y'all hate Trump, you hate America so much, and you think that these programs, you think that these social programs, diversity, equity, and inclusion, all of these things, you think that it actually helps you. It doesn't. First of all, it hurts you. Second of all, the people that take advantage of the programs the most don't even look like you idiot. Don't you realize that all of these people, they are taking advantage of the system, and the people that benefited from the most from diversity, equity, and inclusion, the people that is leaning on social services the most are not even the ones that's protesting at Target with y'all. They don't care nothing about you. They're at Target, they're at Aldi, they're at Walmart. They're not even rolling with you. And they always fit the narrative. Green hair, nose ring, pajamas on all day, never leave the house, just waiting on their check to hit every single month. Talking about they not going to give you gas cards. Yo, I got a novel idea. And it's something that's transformational. And I know that a lot of us don't necessarily lean into it, but hear me out here. Hear me out here. Tangible skills, school, job. Tangible skills, school, job. The message of the day is J-O-B. Nope. But instead, it takes us as a community, Americans, our tax dollars are the one that fund this nonsense, and they vote against our own best interests. And they'll be the ones that say that, you know what, I stand with Canada. And they go against everything that is culturally normal and what traditional values are inside of America. Let's spin the block real quick, and let's look at it in its entirety, and then we're going to come back and we're going to give our final thoughts.
I got a letter in the mail yesterday that told me that my housing stuff was like defunded and they can't help me with any of my bills anymore, including electric and gas. And if I were to move, they couldn't help me move anymore. So it's super cool as a single mom that literally can't work a ton because I have my son. So that's sick. And then my son's in early intervention, and yesterday they came and they told me they can't help me with gas cards anymore, which put gas in my car so that way I could take my son to appointments and play groups and literally like the grocery store. My phone shuts off tomorrow. My internet's off. I can't pay my electric. And then they just defunded all of that stuff. And now I don't get help with anything. So what am I supposed to do? My son doesn't qualify for any daycare. He has to start preschool till September. I work 2 days a week because that's when I have a babysitter. And those 2 days are like enough to buy. I just don't get how people are doing it by themselves. I don't. And then how are you going to give me a little bit of help? And then you're like, oh, by the way, one day we're just going to send a letter and we're going to be like, we can't do that anymore. We can't help you. My income hasn't changed. The help I have hasn't changed.
Got them eyebrows arched, though.
But you guys can just take that away from me. Cool. Thank you. Because I wouldn't have liked to get on my feet or, have my life together at some point.
I'm telling you, and then they don't even appreciate the help that you've given them. They don't even appreciate the tax dollars that's going out on their behalf. They're going to hate you more the more that you continue to subsidize whatever bad decisions. Now, God forbid that we actually take accountability for the things that we did. And I'm telling you, for all of you people that's a part of the 92 and the 78%, these are your people. These, right here. These are your people. These are the people that you align with. These are the people that you're protesting with. These are the people that vote like you. These are the people that think like you. All y'all got is a different identity, slightly, because it's starting to look a little different, a little difficult out here. But God forbid that we actually take accountability for the things that we did and the lifestyle that we've created for ourselves and the people that we decided to lay down with out of wedlock and not have any education and run into debt and run into victim Olympics. But you deserve for us to continue to fund your lifestyle forever. And you don't believe that you need to go and get a job outside of working 2 days a week. You don't want to work for yourself. You don't want to enroll in online schooling. Yo, we have so many different free programs where people can get Pell Grants. You can go to community college. You can go to school online. You can do a lot of things, but instead you're sitting there with green hair and tears running down your eyes with a nose ring, arched eyebrows, and pajamas on, talking about what the American people and the government is supposed to do for you and your bad decisions and to save you from yourself. How entitled, how arrogant, how evil, how ugly, and how much of a bad use case this is, or a good use case this is, of why American taxpayers deserve a refund and why we need to focus on lowering our taxes instead of giving it over to these liberal nut jobs that don't know any better and want to continue to run in the victim Olympics. Crazy. And I know what some of y'all gonna say, well, what about the kid? Well, what about them? That's your responsibility. If something happens in my life, guess what? I'm still responsible for paying for and ensuring that my daughter has what she needs in order to be successful. Ain't no excuses. And this is why people in other countries look at us and they think that we lazy and we weak and we suckers. And why, if it wasn't an ocean in between us, they would probably invade us and take us over. Because they know there's people like this that's sitting there saying, oh my God, that's waiting on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Again, I always like to leave a link back to the content creator. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the chat.